Hello Internet, it's the 23rd of May 2013 and this is Pocket Gamer to give you some first hands-on impressions of the week's new and noteworthy iOS games. Dead Ahead ticks almost every box on the generic iOS game checklist. Zombies? Yep. Endless Runner? Definitely. In-app purchases? Of course. Published by Chilingo? Who else? But what it lacks in ambition, it makes up for in style. It has excellent pixel art and juicy retro style effects. Sadly, the actual game gets a bit rote and repetitive after just a few goes. Quell Memento is a smart and sophisticated little puzzle game. You slide these bubbles about the level with the aim of collecting all the pearls or turning on all the lights, different things. We've seen it before, sure, but there are enough fresh twists to keep you occupied. But what's really noteworthy is the way it ties in an affecting story about love, loss and regret. You're effectively sorting through the jumbled memories of an old man as you play by unearthing subtle hints about his life story. It's interesting stuff. Combo Crew is an old school arcade brawler, but with fresh controls that suit the touchscreen. You swipe to attack, you hold to break an opponent's dodge, you use two fingers to unleash combos and stuff like that. It feels good and kicks the crap out of a virtual D-pad, but it does lose some sophistication in the process. A counterattack, for example, has you just tap the screen, anywhere on the screen. Still, it looks lovely and it's packed with content. It really opens up when you go multiplayer and invite some pals. You can swap scores and they can help you out when you're knocked out. It even works across iOS and Android, which is a nice touch. This feels like a game that could have only been made in Britain, or maybe Japan. Men's Room Mayhem is a line-drawing time management game like Flight Control, but instead of guiding a jumbo jet onto an airstrip, you're guiding a drunk man into a toilet cubicle. You'll have to sort out your peers from your pooers, make sure everyone washes their hands, make sure no one gets caught short, maintain perfect bathroom etiquette at all times, and get the toilets cleaned between waves of patrons. It's good fun, it's wondrously silly, and it's a great buy for just 69p. The Tapping Dead is a lot like Relic Rush from earlier this year. Do you remember that one? It was the game where your little pixel art hero dashes through the level by his own volition and you can tap the screen to make him stop. But this game is nowhere near as elegant as Jason Pickering's cute stop and start adventure. Enemies disappear off the screen, for example, which makes it really hard to time your movements, and the in-app purchases are just plain horrible. I'd say avoid this game. More zombie nonsense from Chilingo now. Zombie Fish Tank is Xbox Live Arcade's feeding frenzy but with an undead makeover. So in each level you have to eat critters lower down the food chain so you can bulk up and munch on larger fish. I found this one to be more frustrating than fun. The noisy background images makes it really tough to see what's going on, and the giant foreground art conceals the action even further. Couple that with unforgiving one-hit death and you'll be dunking your iPhone in an aquarium in no time. Here's the latest Call of minigame. This time you're fighting your way through waves of extinct lizards in a simple and rather tepid third-person shooter. Dino Hunter is all about the grind as you work your way through better gear and better skills. It's got a whole lot of stuff, including 24 boss fights, 32 types of dinosaurs and 50 quests, but not a whole lot of heart. Nice graphics though. Bam Fu is another local multiplayer game from Game Oven, the guys who brought you the uncomfortably cozy Fingal on iPad. This time around, all players, 2, 3 or 4, are trying to make all the pebbles on the screen change into their colour by tapping on them. The game is as simple as you could possibly imagine. It's down to you and your pals to make the fun yourself by wrestling over the device, shoving fingers out the way, breaking people's arms, covering up contested spots with your hand and getting into an all-out fist fight with your granny. Blup is an achingly cool puzzler from hip Shoreditch design firm Us2. The idea is simple. Each tap spills out paint in 8 directions and you've got to fill in every grid space with as few taps as possible. It's well made, it's bursting with content and it's, frequently throwing new ideas at you, but I found the underlying game to be a bit dull and no amount of swish, letterpress style art is going to fix that.
Okay then.
On a scale of 1 to 10, these cards can bite me.
Poker Night 2 makes you the 5th player in a Texas Hold'em poker game against the likes of Evil Dead hero Ash, Borderlands robot Claptrap, and Detective Dog Sam. Oh, and GLaDOS from Portal is your dealer, obviously. The poker isn't great, the AI is endlessly buffoonish. The real treat is supposed to be the quips and anecdotes of your opponents. Sadly, Telltale has never been a top-class comedian, and Ash without Bruce Campbell is sort of missing the point, I think.
Crap!